Good morning. So we're going to work on our Converse theorems. So our essential question. So how can you prove? So how can you prove angle pairs are congruent? Remember, you can use symbols using Converse theorems. And today is the 28th. Okay, so Converse. So it is a statement created by switching the if and then statements. Okay, so for example, we could do, we could use it for anyone. So we could do it, so we wanted to do it for consecutive anterior angles. Okay, so if the consecutive anterior angles are supplementary, then the lines are parallel. Okay, so we could do that for any of our, so we could do it for our linear pairs. We could do that for our consecutive interior angles. Okay, and then we can also do it, what if we wanted to do it for corresponding angles? Okay. So corresponding angle converse. Okay, this is our consecutive interior converse. So corresponding angle, I'm going to write out the word angle, corresponding angles converse. So we call that one CAC. Okay, everybody, so for that one, grab my pens. Okay, so that one states if the corresponding angles are congruent, okay, if the corresponding angles are congruent, then the lines are parallel. Okay, so remember we could do symbol. Okay, so for that one, okay, so corresponding, everybody remember, was the same side. Skip one. Okay, so let's do an example. We are going to do some of these proofs. Okay, so we're going to say that we're given that the alternate interior angles are congruent, and we need to prove that R is parallel to S. Okay, so we're going to use our diagram. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So we're going to have, and then we have R and S. Okay, so we need to prove that they're parallel. Okay. I'm going to pick a pair of congruent corresponding angles. So I'm going to pick angle 3 and angle 7. Okay. And we're going to do a proof one. We're going to do our statements. Everybody remember, you can just do an S. Statements and reasons. Okay, so let's do an example. So if angle 3 is congruent to angle 7, okay, so that's what reason is our given. If angle 1, okay, so if angle 3 is congruent to angle 6, actually let's do 3 and 2, so 3 and 2 is congruent to angle 2 by our vertical angles congruence theorem. Okay, so what we have on there, everybody, is if angle 3 is congruent to angle 7 and angle 3 is also congruent to angle 2, then angle 1 so I should have done angle 6, everybody, sorry, I'm looking ahead. Then that would mean that angle 3, okay, is congruent so if we do 3 and 6, so if we do these two, so that would mean that angle 2 is congruent to angle 6, okay? And that would be by our corresponding angle, converse. Okay, so those two. So therefore, R is parallel to S. Okay. Okay, so what we did on this one, everybody, we proved that angle 2 is congruent to angle 6. Okay, then we can use our corresponding angle converse theorem. Okay. Okay, what if we wanted to do an example with supplementary ones? Okay, so let's do consecutive exterior angles. Let's do a diagram again, everybody. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, we have R, we have S. Okay, and we're given consecutive exterior angles are supplementary. And I'm going to use angle 1 and angle 8. Okay. It's going to be angle 1 and angle 7. Help if I look how I numbered these, everybody. Okay, so angle 1 and 7. Okay, and we need to prove that line R is parallel to line S. Okay, so we're going to do our statements and reasons, everybody. Okay, so we know that we are given that angle 1 and angle 8 are supplementary. Okay, so that's a given. So we know that angle 7 and angle 5 are a linear pair. Keep writing angle 8. And you put 7. Okay, so angle 7 and angle 5 are a linear pair. Okay, and that's by definition of a linear pair. So angle 7 and angle 5 are supplementary angles, and that's by our linear pair postulate. Okay, so that means that angle 7 plus angle 5 is equal to 180 degrees. That's definition of supplementary. Okay, definition of supplementary angles. Okay, and then we also have that I'm going to add to this, and then we also have that angle 1 plus angle 7 also equal to 180 degrees. Okay, so that's by, so we have both of those. Okay, so since they are both equal to 180 degrees, we can say angle 7 plus angle 5 is equal to angle 1 plus angle 7. Okay, so our transitive property. Okay, and we can now say, so we're going to subtract angle 7 from each side. So use our subtraction property. So we get angle 5 is equal to angle 1. Okay, so we use subtraction. And angle 5 is congruent to angle 1 by definition of congruence. So that means that R is congruent to angle S, okay, because angle 1 and angle 5 are corresponding angles. So by our corresponding angle, converse. Okay, so we're able to use this, everybody, with supplementary and congruent angles. Okay. So what we did, everybody, was we proved that angle 1 is congruent to angle 5. Okay. Then we use the corresponding angle converse to prove that the lines were parallel. Okay. Okay, everybody, you got this.